Hey guys, how we doing? So next up, we're gonna review. I meant to do this a little while ago. I've just kind of been caught up and stuff, but is the Figurized Standard Magnamon. Magnamon's down here. So this is kind of like the machine drum I reviewed a while back as a model kit. Top of the box, bottom of the box, side of the box, other side of the box. Cool artwork of Magnamon though. Yeah, like I said, this is a model kit, but unlike the Imperial Dramon, he's not like amplified to look like more like robotic and stuff. This is just straight Magnamon, which I prefer. I prefer to use these designs rather than amplifying them, but Machine Dramon looked close enough that I was like, okay, I can get Machine Dramon, but regardless, that's the box. And here we have the figure himself. Now, Magnamon was Vmon, the protagonist Digimon Vmon's third armor evolution. He's the only one that got to 3 in the show, and it is the most powerful of his armor evolutions. So this first appears in the non-canonical Digimon movie, Hurricane Landing Golden Digimental or something like that. I forgot what it's called, but Serafimon and Holy Dramon released these Golden Digi Eggs of Miracles and Destiny, which evolve Vmon into Magnamon and Terriermon into Gold Rapidmon. I'd say it's actually just called Rapidmon Armor, but to differentiate the two, I'm going to call them Gold Rapidmon. And they proceed to defeat Truvimon because the Gold Armor is magnified to the Mega level power, and they defeat him, blah, blah, blah. So, in the series proper, Ken, the Digimon Emperor, had created a Chimeramon who was kind of going on a rampage, and they couldn't beat him. So Davis finds this thing in the core of his base, which became the Digimental of Miracles, or Digi-Egg of Miracles, and he uses that to digivolve Vmon into Magnamon, who battles Chimeramon. And he starts he's holding him off for a little bit, but then he starts to lose until he seemingly cannot defeat Chimeramon, despite how much more powerful he is than Flame Dramon and Ray Dramon, or Light-Dramon, I think is his name in Japan. But Murmon, who has been trying to tell Ken to stop doing this for a while now, finally has had enough. Gives Magnamon the last of his power, and Magnamon destroys Chimeramon. That's the last you see of Magnamon. He never appears again because Davis didn't keep the Digi-Egg. And then after that, he was replaced by Paildramon, and then I think he's still a little bit stronger than Paildramon, but his power is far surpassed by Imperial Dramon. So Magnamon really was just kind of left in the dust, because they didn't need him anymore. And you never really see him again, except for the Cross Wars episode when Vmon first appears in the crossover, where all the protagonists shows up. He shows up as Magnamon, which was cool that they referenced Magnamon, because I guess Magnamon became popular. And he in other fiction, he's one of the Royal Knights. So his Digimon reference book lists, references him as one of the Royal Knights, so he's one of the Royal Knights. And he appears also in Digital Monster X Evolution as one of the Royal Knights, and the one who's most loyal to Yggdrasil, I think is how you say his name. But either way, he doesn't really do much in that movie, and it's really all he does. As far as his figure goes, again, it's a model kit, but he was pretty easy to put together, kind of like Machine Dramon, but because of how much smaller he is, he's a lot easier to put together. He's about the same size as a standard SH Figuart, which means he's not if you're going to use him as a Figuart stand-in, he's not really in scale, because he's a bit too big, but he's still smaller than Imperial Dramon, which I guess is okay. But they got all the details that need to be there, like the eyes, the backs of his feet, and these pieces are stickers. Everything else is just colored plastic, and it all works really well. And of course, if you're a customizer, you can paint it up to look how ever much like Magnum. Oh, and his fingernails on his thumbs. However much like Magnamon you want him to look, or however shiny you want him to look, you can customize it, make him look however you want to. His articulation is pretty good though. He is he can do the boopy boppy. He can do a full 360. His shoulder pads are on a separate piece, so they can move like that, and they're on ball joints too. So onto the arms, come out a little bit to give him more posability. Oh. Well, that's just no good at all. I didn't think that was going to happen. Crap. I think I got it back in there. Yep. All right, cool. Wow, that was interesting. But yeah, those are on ball joints too, so they can move around. Turn to the bicep. Single elbow joint. Turn the wrist on a ball joint. Double ab crunch, which is great. His legs, well, his thigh armor can move out of the way, so he can go forward, can go back. His tail popped off. He's a single knee joint, and his feet bend up here, and he's got a little bit of foot turn. Also turn up there. So he's got a very, very solid amount of articulation. A big problem I have with him, he doesn't have any accessories. So he doesn't have extra hand. All I really needed for him was extra hands. That would have been more than enough, but like, because his official like reference art pose, his hands are both open like grr. So I'd have loved to get him in that pose because that looks really cool, but it's just not an option because he doesn't have it. Though I will say they did get him to look very much like the character model or the character design. They got him really close. So good job, Bandai, for getting him to, look like Vmon and Golden Herb. I would love if they did like an SH Figuarts Magnamon, but since they already did Imperial Dramon, I don't see them stepping back and doing the lesser form, because Imperial Dramon's the best Vmon form. But for what it's worth, oh, and the tail, I forgot the tail. That can move up and down, turn, all sorts of fun stuff with the tail, which does not want to go back in. There we go. Oh, come on, stay in. Thank you. But anyway, that's about it for this guy. I think he's really cool. I like the Machine Dramon model kit better. I do. But if you're a Vmon fan, a Magnamon fan, this is worth a pickup. Especially since there's no SH Figuarts Magnamon. This is probably the best Magnamon you're going to get, unless you're really into Digivolving figures, which, as much as I like transforming figures, Digimon I typically prefer non-transforming ones. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.